learning. Human beings, when born, are born with a clean slate, and that is why philosophically it is stated that mind is a tabula rasa. That is, mind is a clean slate. Whatever development of the personality that takes place because of the process of learning. Human beings learn and change behavior and grow in terms of personality, knowledge and experience. What is then this learning? It is acquiring new knowledge, behaviors, skills, values or preferences. Learning is a persisting change in human performance or the performance potential, which is brought about as a result of the learner's interaction with the environment. A widely accepted definition of learning is that it is a relatively permanent change in a person's knowledge or behavior due to experience. It has to be understood that it is a change which is relatively permanent, that is not transient, and it is a result of some learning, training or experience. That means changes due to maturation is not learning. There are several problems that affect the learning process. These may be understood as poor physical conditions, complexity of the task, distraction of attention, lack of motivation, lack of interest, unfavorable environment, mental fatigue, faulty method of work. All these issues affect the learning process. There are several theories of learning that tend to explain the learning process. One of the earliest and most widely discussed theories is the theory of classical conditioning, which is a type of conditioning in which an individual responds to some stimulus that would not ordinarily produce such a response. However, classical conditioning depends largely on reflex learning. The key concepts in classical conditioning are unconditional stimulus, conditioned stimulus, unconditioned response and conditioned response. The other important theory of learning is the theory of operant conditioning, which is a type of conditioning in which a desired voluntary behavior leads to a reward or prevents a reward. It has to be understood that operant conditioning depends on one very basic issue, that the action is taken first and the reward follows. Thus, the reward is contingent upon the action taken by the subject. The key concepts in this type of learning are unlearned behavior, conditioned behavior and reinforcement. Reinforcement holds the key in operant conditioning. The third approach to learning is the theory of social learning, which suggests that people can learn through observation and direct experience. The key concepts in these theories are attentional processes, retention processes, motor production processes and reinforcement processes. Learning usually is the process through which behaviors are shaped. Shaping behavior is said to be the systematically changing of behavior by reinforcing each successive step that moves an individual closer to the desired response. The key concepts in shaping of behavior include reinforcements which are required to change behavior. Some rewards prove to be more effective than others, and the timing of reinforcement affects learning speed and permanence.